the home of the Ole Miss Rebels, where the fans never lose a tailgate and don't plan on losing the game today. Today, a clash between a couple of ACC rivals in a game that could have big-time implications for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the South Carolina Gamecocks taking on the fourth-ranked team in the land, the Ole Miss Rebels. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Gamecocks will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he's coming out of the end zone. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Oh, what vision. There he goes. Open it up. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Rebels. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Well, I'd say that's quite a way to make an early statement. Take the opening kickoff and run it all the way back for a touchdown. They're lining up to kick it off full of momentum after housing that last kickoff. He'll bring it out. It's Slater. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The fans are ready for this one. The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. Running it to the right. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. The Gamecocks will hustle to the line. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
Hard-earned yards, man. You got to get these first downs any way you can. And sometimes it's not going to be easy, and you can't just do it conventionally and handing it off. This offense is going to have to be creative. Football's a game of inches, and you just got to find the angles to give yourself an advantage. That creative play call right there really helped him out.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Quickly complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
He's looking to throw it. He finds a soft spot in the middle. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Looking for room at the 30. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Lining up for the PAT. Right down the boulevard. So a drive there of 82 yards. And what a way to put a stamp on that one with a 41-yard run to the house. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Looking for a productive play on first down. He's going to pass. Might be looking to run. Taking a shot on the first play. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Got some room to run. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
You know, after watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up tonight. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up, but he's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it all in that last play.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4. And the Gamecocks moving quickly to the line. On second down, he'll let it fly. Steps away. Going for 6. And it's caught. Touchdown, South Carolina. Getting set for the point after. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Out of the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered out.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. From the gun, wants to pass. He fires one deep over the middle. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And once he got loose, it was all over. Ready to try the point after. And it's perfect. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they cap it off with a play that can build momentum, a 78-yard touchdown pass. Fielded in the end zone. It's Slater. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Comes out throwing on first down. Blasted as he lets it go. And the pass hits, picked off. Not only a great play, but tremendous discipline by this sophomore to make the pick.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it, and you can hear it. And sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time, he used the lob wedge, and the defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense early.
They finally make the stop at the big run. Is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. They'll ride the hot hand. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Going to work in the red zone. They can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. leaves it with the back. And the ball's loose. And the defense snatches it, and they're trying to flip the field.
There's always a handful of plays. Win or lose you the game. For the defense, that might be one that wins it right there. Gave up a big one. Looks like they might be scoring a touchdown soon, but instead you get the fumble and you change the momentum.
This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
That's the end of the first quarter, with the score tied 14-14.
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. The Rebels want to move quickly. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Rebels! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Guided out of bounds at the 32 after a good return. South Carolina offense is back on the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Hard running there. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Got the quick pass. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. The give to the back. On the move is the 30. Oh, look out! Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Got his man quickly. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks! The AT unit on the field. Bangs it through for an extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And it was was capped off with the 8-yard run.
24. Set to advance on the football.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Off play action. Starts to scramble to the left. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
He'll turn it loose out to the right. Got his man. Powers through. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So,
touchdown, Ole Miss! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit about to go to work. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Back and forth we go on these last couple of drives, David. Everybody moving the ball.
Man, these offenses are in a rhythm. Everything they're doing right now is working. A lot of scoring. This puts a lot more pressure on your offense, Palmer, when you walk on the field.
and at this point too, David, which defense can break serve, right? Who can get a stop? That's what it feels like is going to be the determining factor in this game.
And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And it's picked off. Got room on the return. The 20. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. And the Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up. He'll toss it. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
And you've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
I got to challenge my guys all throughout the week. When we get in these short yardage situations, who's the bigger man? Who's the better man? Who's going to be more physical? These are the situations we practice all week. Challenge the manhood of the offensive.
Touchdown, Rebels! And they take it in for 6 more points. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. The kickoff team out there getting set. On the move from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. South Carolina offense is back on the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can improve. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception the last possession. You could tell breaking on the football really, really well, seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on it, almost had another interception.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Now the play fake. Caught near the sticks. It's Staley. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. The Gamecocks will have it 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Trying to burn this defensive back. It's complete. A huge pickup. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to take off. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. He's got it at the 25. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ole Miss!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for the big return there, but he'll go out of bounds at the 28. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Going to the running game. And after that short gain, they'll head to the locker room. It's halftime here. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Rebels will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. And he winds up right where he would have on the touchback. Goes out of bounds at the 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They had a really productive first half, but in a game like this, they better keep it up.
You know, at halftime, the offense and defense separate, and they kind of go over their own adjustments. You know the offense was saying to themselves very quietly, guys, we're not going to stop anybody. We got to keep scoring if we're going to win this game. So the pressure's on them here in the second half, David.
Yeah, and you get the ball first. And so it's been a high-scoring first half. You get to go out here now and make a statement. Start this half, say, listen, we're going to keep scoring points, and then maybe help alleviate some of that pressure on your defense.
Trying to find his man on first down. And here's the third interception of the night. Bringing it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
That's a bit of a gut punch if you're the offense, because you went in at halftime, you made your adjustments, you're feeling good about your game plan coming here in the second half, and right away you throw an interception to the defense.
He wants to throw. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And that's the thing about this defense. Yeah, they may be losing the game right now, but they've got difference makers on that side of the football. They got guys that can step up like that, create havoc, get a sack, create negative plays. They're going to need more of that here in the second half if they're going to win this game.
They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Running back searching for a hole. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
And when you're running the ball well, QBs love going to play action. Get the linebackers starting to suck up closer to the line of scrimmage. They're keying on those running backs, and it just makes pitch and catch so much easier for these quarterbacks and receivers.
Touchdown, Rebels! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
South Carolina, 28.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He'll step out of bounds at the 16 and leave his offense with a long field in front. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football.
And he's running in the open. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
Well, there's no mystery who they're throwing the football to, but defenses still can't find a way to cover this guy. With that last catch, he now has over 1,500 receiving yards on the season.
Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. And you just don't expect your junior quarterback to get fooled into throwing into double coverage like that.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
And the Gamecocks get enough to move the chains.
That is how it's done on third down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
Going up top on first down. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. First down here for the offense. Give to the running back. Good blocking up front. Great job following it. He's got 6 to the 18.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
Tackle is made at the 23. Let's call it a 5-yard pickup.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
It's first down from their own 23-yard line. They'll give it to the back. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish this?
Going over the top. Catch and stride inside the 15. Touchdown, Ole Miss. And the route is on. They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a huge play in the passing game, covering 67 yards to the end zone. On the run from inside his own 5. Wasn't quite able to shake loose as he steps out of bounds at the 22. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll try the run. And he was able to pick his way for just a few yards, and that'll wrap up the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Ole Miss 56, South Carolina 28.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They'll run play action. Bought a little time, lets it go. And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw. Wants to go up top. Just a short pass to the tight end. All kinds of running room. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together. Maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
To the ground with the back. Determined effort to pick up 6 and get it inside the red zone and down to the 16.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Got it, looking for the first down. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
perfect timing to call that pass play. It's 3rd and short down here in the red zone. Everybody in the stadium expecting you to run the football, and if you don't get it, maybe you kick a field goal, maybe you go for it on 4th. You don't have to worry about that now. Because of the pass completion, it's 1st and goal.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop. The Gamecocks headed quickly to the line. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
I don't know about that play call, man. Your quarterback's already thrown 3 TDs in this game. Pollock, let him cook down.
Yeah, I mean, trying to show some balance, but he has had a great day. I trust him. This is a good situation. I'm going to put the ball in his hands, and I'm going to let him throw this football and get a touchdown.
A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina!
Yeah, and listen, that is awesome to see the guys continue to fight, continue to keep competing, because this game is over. Like, we don't need to fool y'all. We're not trying to get y'all to stick around and improve ratings. Like, the game's over, but you're continuing to fight. You powered in for the touchdown, and show your kids that we're going to always fight no matter what the score is.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that.
Touchdown, Rebels! And the pummeling has started. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it out. It's Slater. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They'll throw it on 1st down. Unloads it left. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. That's why you love veterans in this defense. They stay locked in on their rules, and he made the pick. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Line getting set on 2nd down. On the run, it's Coffee. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Got the 1st down and more. And he got enough for the 1st down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
And obviously, this is one of the best offenses in the country, and it's because they get 1st downs. Top 10 in the nation picking up 1st downs. How nice is it to know you can turn around, hand it off to that guy right there, and let him go to work.
From the shotgun, the inside give. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. And the Rebels are in the hurry-up. off the play fake. They're trying to get to him. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You get the ball out. But when things break down, they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly